So guys, we're back now and we're going to be looking at the Ranger subclass. So we know its class group is Expert. Primary abilities are Dexterity and Wisdom. Now I wonder if it lets you focus on one or the other. I guess we'll find out. Obviously just a little bit of lore on them. Creating a Ranger. So armor training, hit points, D10 still. Saving throws are Strength and Dexterity. Your skills, you get Athletics, Stealth and Survival, or choose 3 from the following. Animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation, nature, perception, stealth, and survival. So this has obviously got a more limited list, whereas the Bard had like an unlimited list. Unlike the Bard, the only level they don't get something is 17th level. The Bards didn't get something at 13th minus, except for like extra spell slots, which is where Rangers get their top spell, which is the 5th level. So let's remember that Rangers are half casters, and that seems to be something they have kept up here. Let's see what they get. They get simple and martial weapons, no tools trainings, and they get light armor, medium armor, and shields. The starting equipment is whatever. A lot of people tend to ignore it anyway, so it's fine. Ranger class feature. So expertise, you gain expertise in 2 skills of your choice. 2 of your skill proficiencies of your choice. Stealth and survival are iconic choices for a ranger if you have proficiency in them. So whatever 2 of the 3 skills you chose at level 1. You actually get to make expertise out of them, which is great. Favorite enemy. Okay. You are adept at focusing your ire on a single foe. You always have the Hunter's Mark spell prepared, and it doesn't count towards your number of spells you can prepare. Moreover, you don't have to concentrate on the spell once you cast it. It lasts for its full duration until you end it as a bonus action or until you are incapacitated. Okay, that's great. That is great. Hunter's Mark should be a staple in the Ranger build, or at least in 5e it should have been. So that's a great start so far. Spell casting, spell preparation, basically any school of magic. So basically, unlike the Bards, the only school the Ranger doesn't get access to is Evocation. So this is how they're limiting it. I was wondering how they're going to limit it, because obviously Fireball's a 3rd level spell, and a Ranger, a half caster, getting access to Fireball could be very powerful, but this is how they're limiting it. They're stopping classes from accessing certain schools of magic, so a Ranger can't have evocation spells, and they use the primal spell list. Okay, let's see what they do. Wisdom is your spellcasting ability for Rangers. Spellcast houses, you can use a druidic focus as spellcasting for your spells you prepare for this class. So fighting style. You honed your martial prowess. You gain one of the following fighting styles of your choice: archery, defense, or 2-weapon fighting. Whenever you gain a feat at later levels, fighting styles are among your options, even though you aren't a member of the warrior group. Okay, so this is how people were wondering, how are they going to like address if they're splitting things into groups like this. So obviously certain abilities in certain classes get access to certain things from like the warrior class or the mage class, like the fighting style. Despite not being in the warrior group, they still get access to the fighting styles that are typically reserved for them. That's great to see. Obviously we'll look at the subclass at the end. Feat, extra attack at 5th level, another subclass feature. Roving, your speed increases by 10 feet while you aren't wearing heavy armor. You also have a climb speed and a swim speed equal to your speed. Amazing change there. I love that. The roving Ranger should be quick and be able to move around a battlefield fairly easy. Another feat, more expertise. Subclass feature, tireless. Primal forces now help you on your journeys, granting you the following benefits. Temporary hit points. Whenever you finish a short rest or a long rest, you can give yourself temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus your proficiency bonus. Great, that's nothing to complain about there. Decrease exhaustion. If you are exhausted when you finish a short rest, your level of exhaustion decreases by 1. Okay, these are great, like, quality of life changes for the Ranger. So yeah, a Ranger can decrease their exhaustion level on a short rest as opposed to a long rest, which I assume everyone else is, or maybe some of the other subclasses get a similar thing, but I like that ability as well. Another feat at 12th level. 13th level, Nature's Veil. You invoke spirits of nature to magically hide yourself from view. As a bonus action, you can expend a spell slot and become invisible until the start of your next turn. I wonder how that pairs with something maybe that we'll see in the Rogue, but it's okay. It just seems like you get it a bit late. That's all. That's my only caveat on it. It seems like it's a bit, maybe a little bit late, but I like the ability. It just seems like 13 levels a bit late to get something like that. But we'll see. Another subclass feature, Feral senses. Your connection to the forces of nature grants you blind sight with a range out of 30 feet. That's cool. I like that. No complaints on that one there. 16th level is another feat, and then 18th level, Foe Slayer. So this is your top thing. Your Hunter's Mark now deals 1d10 damage to its targets rather than 1d6. That's okay, I guess. Once again, just makes it a little bit more powerful. I think that might be something I would have preferred to see early on as well. But I guess, you know, they got to make it stretch, and I think one thing they were really trying to do with this is they were trying to make your lower level abilities really powerful, with your higher level ones not being as powerful, because so few people make it to the high levels of play anyway. So, and then you get a feat and an epic boon to close it off. Ranger spells. So here's the spells you get. Guidance. Oh, they get cantrips, guidance, and thorn whip. That's kind of cool. Long strider, ensnaring strike, great spell. Long strider, pass without trace, great spell. Spike growth, bark skin, conjure barrage, good. Elemental weapon. Message to get another cantrip. Revivify, freedom of movement, locate creature, woodland beings, conjure volley, tree stride. Okay, let's look at the ranger subclass. So it's going to be Hunter. Hunter was my favorite subclass from 5e. Of all the rangers ones, even including the new ones, I just loved how Hunter played. So you stalk prey in the wilds and elsewhere, using your abilities as a hunter to protect nature and people everywhere from forces that would destroy them. 3rd level, Hunter's Prey. Your tenacity can wear down even the most resilient foes. When you hit a creature with a weapon or an unarmed strike as part of an attack action on your turn, the weapon or unarmed strike deals an extra 1d8 damage to your target if it's missing any of its hit points. You can deal this extra damage only once per turn. Okay, so it's just like an extra 1d8 once the creature's not at their max HP. That's a cool ability. I like that. It kind of means you with your Hunter's Mark, you'd just be dishing a lot of damage with that. 6th level, Hunter's Lore. You can call on the forces of nature to reveal certain strengths and weaknesses of your prey. While a creature is marked by your Hunter's Mark, you know whether the creature has any immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities, and if the creature has any, you know what they are. That's a great ability. I love that. And nearly encourages you then to use Hunter's Mark, because with this you kind of might be a bit reserved on not using it, or at least not see the necessity in it, but now this is like Hunter's Mark, tell me what I need to know. Love that. 10th level, multi-attack. You now always have Conjure Barrage prepared, and it doesn't count against the number of spells you can prepare. You can also cast the spell with 1st and 2nd level spell slots, and when you do so, the spell's damage is reduced by 1d8 for each slot below 3rd. Okay, that's cool. I like that. No complaints about that. And 14th level, Superior Hunter's Defense. When you are hit by an attack roll, you can use a reaction to half the attack's damage against yourself, and you can redirect the other half of the damage to one creature other than the attacker that you can see within 5 feet of yourself. So it's kind of like if you're being swarmed, you can kind of force the attacker to start attacking people around you. I like the Ranger. I really love what the changes they've done with the base class, because let's be honest, base Ranger in 5e was always a little bit weak. It was the subclasses that made Ranger viable. So it's great to see that they're giving Ranger some love, because I love Ranger. It's one of my top 3 classes from D&D. I'm really happy with it. I'd love to know what you think. Please do say so in the comment section below. What do you think of these Ranger changes going forward? If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like. Make sure you subscribe. And the next video, the Rogue, will be out shortly, guys. I promise. And I'll catch you in that one.